Come with us to the bayou to tour the new royal guest room at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. You got a friend over there. On this day, we are in room 9923. And we are going to enter the room. And I will say it is light and bright, very airy compared to the old royal guest rooms. So as you come in, they have refurbed the air conditioning vent so it looks a lot cleaner and it's been painted cream. You come into the room and we have this gorgeous mosaic photo of Princess Tiana, which is right above the table where she leaves a note welcoming her friends. The biggest difference in this one is now Naveen has also signed this note. It is Cool Kid Summer at Walt Disney World when I'm recording this. And Disney's Port Orleans Riverside is part of the Cool Kid Summer Resorts. So that means there's all these specialty activities. So there is the resort guide for 2026. And you also have your cleaning schedule here where at Walt Disney World, if you're not at a Disney Vacation Club resort and a regular Disney Resort Collection resort, housekeeping is every other day. These chairs are upgraded from the Royal Guest Room. They are very beautiful. There are 6 drawers here. The top drawer is a little thin, but these are definitely big enough to get those packing cubes in. You know, I like to throw packing cube in the drawers when we get to the resort. This would be great for the underwear bags because it's not as deep. It's about half the size of the other 2 drawers. Then they have moved to the dreaded cooler fridge. You know how I feel about this because I have 4 babies, which means I needed a lot of milk. And so these are, they cool down to 41 degrees. So keep that in mind. Then you have your drink and coffee station. Here's your ice buckets and paper cups. It is a Cuisinart 1-cup maker. It looks like you can make 2 at a time though. With this, you'll have some of your supplies, our favorite Joffrey's coffee. And then you have your safe here and a little storage area here, which is really nice. So in this room, there are 2 queen beds. We're greeted by our little cute Mickey towel. The 2 beds are both the high-rise beds. So you have space underneath the bed for your luggage, which Disney has pretty much moved to the style of bed everywhere from all the resorts to their cruise line, which is great to put all of that luggage away. On this bed, you have the night lights. Or reading lights are more what they are. The biggest difference between this room and a standard room is you do have an illuminated headboard. So this is what it looks like during the day. There's 2 modes on it. There's a day and a night mode. Right now I have it on day. And then over in this corner, you can see I'm storing my luggage, but you still have 3 hooks. That's the same style that they had. I do love the color. It's like a seafoam green on the walls. And it is very light and bright and airy. We do have an upgraded chandelier here as well. Between the beds, you'll find your Hey Disney, and these are your light controls, and this controls your headboard. So you have the night setting, the day setting, and then an off setting. You have your drawer and your Bible in here. And then, of course, the upgraded USB and USB-C charging stations between the beds. I do love this picture over here of Tiana and Naveen. This is what she closed for privacy. And the bathroom. So that's what it looks like. If you have young children, there are a couple of places where I would put pack and plays in this room. My kids always slept well when it wasn't dark, so I probably would put a pack and play over in that corner. But another option for a lot of people, especially if you have multi-age children, and let's say you're trying to fit 5 in this room, you definitely have enough room in this bathroom to put a pack and play right here, shut this door, and let them kind of have their own little dark space. So this is the updated bathroom. So you have a gorgeous mirror, and at the top, there's a T and an N for Tiana and Naveen, and it is a backlit mirror. So it does have like this floating mirror effect, which is pretty cool and pretty magical. Then one of the things I love that Disney is doing is they're starting to add these step stools everywhere, which we should have done this a long time ago. We used to travel and bring our own step stool. So the fact that Disney has one in the room is so convenient. Over here, you find your open closet, and then you find extra pillows and blankets on top. You're going to have your iron over here, blow dryer, or your ironing board, and then your iron, and then a trash can and a full length mirror. Now, the one thing I don't love about this room is that it is a shower. If you're in these rooms, usually you have kids. Now, my kids are all old enough to shower now, including my 6-year-old, or soon to be 6 years old when I'm recording this. But you have a detachable shower head, which is always a win with kids. And then you have your clothing line, which is what we use all the time to dry out our swimsuits. But I don't know if I love only having a shower. In the older royal guest rooms, you did have a tub as well. I wonder if you could request to Disney to get a room with a tub, or what tubs they have still. Then, of course, you have all your sea salt or sea marine products in here. And there is a pocket door separating this area. So you can pull this here. And you have a second area. There is a lot of intricate detail in this room. So you have the tiling on the floor. They kind of look like magnolia flowers. If you know, in the South, magnolia trees are very popular. They're very fragrant and they smell wonderful. It's actually my favorite tree. They have like these wax leaves on them. And then even the border wallpaper here does have some little hidden gems in it. You can see there that it looks like Ray is in there with his shooting star. And then again, you see the T and the N in there for Tiana and Naveen. So another little cute hidden Easter egg. On this side, you do have some drapery, which I believe is upgraded and not in the standard rooms. So this just elevates the room just a little bit to make it a little bit more royal. And then one other detail before we look at the headboard. Up here, you do find some home photos of Tiana and Lottie, and then her family too. That's a pretty cute touch in this room. So I have closed the blackout curtains in here and turned off all of the lights in the room. And so we are going to watch this together for the first time. I'm going to hit the night button and let's see what happens to this headboard. Look at all of those fireflies. And then when you want it off, that is when it goes dark. So we are going to turn it back on to day mode, which just gives us the illumination of the bayou. One more time, let's see it turn off to night. You can see me here pressing that last button. This is, and that is what turns the headboards off. Okay, so now we've toured the whole room, and what do I think? I think the room is gorgeous. It's actually a very beautifully done room. I don't know if I would compare this to the royal guest room. It's not really the same thing anymore. This is definitely a Tiana room. So for instance, we are running the Princess 5K next year for the Run Disney race. And I am going to get a Tiana room because the 5K race is Princess Tiana. And so for our Princess Tiana trip, this is perfect. This fits the theme and the vibe I want to go for. And I love it. And I love the added elements like the footstool. There's still details in the wallpaper and little hidden gems like the pictures of her family. But this is now a Princess Tiana room, which fits the resort. And as I've been walking through Port Orleans this time, they really are leaning into the Louisiana Bayou Tiana movie theme more. So we've always known this was based on New Orleans and the swamplands there. And so now having a princess to kind of be the overarching theme of the resort, it fits. It really does. It's not that it doesn't fit, but I do wish we still had a general princess room for those who are just planning a princess trip. Now, if you want a princess room, you have a couple of princesses to choose from. You have Tiana, which will be at Port Orleans. You have Ariel at Art of Animation, and also an Ariel themed room at Caribbean Beach, but those rooms are not guaranteed, and those are in the Trinidad building. Then you have Moana themed rooms that are located at Disney's Polynesian Resort. So we've kind of lost that moderate price point, and we lost the general princess theme that was available to everyone. But do I love the room? Yes. Is it worth the bump in price for the slight differences? I think it just depends on what you want. If you are okay with paying a little bit more to get the curtains and the upgraded table and the backlit headboard, then fine. If the price difference is not dramatic anymore, there used to be a very dramatic price difference, then sure, if it's like 30 or 40 or maybe even $50 price difference per night. If it's $150 price difference per night, is it worth it? Not necessarily. One of the things is in Alligator Bayou, there are no elevators over there. Magnolia Bend is the only area that has elevators if that's important to you to have an elevator. So you want to request a first floor room. If you're in Alligator Bayou, I'm on the third floor, so there was an elevator here today. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be using strollers or scooters at this resort. But overall, the room refresh is very beautiful. It is a great Tiana room. I cannot wait to Tiana out during the Run Disney Princess 5K, especially since my daughter is coming. And I hope that you enjoyed this room tour. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And I appreciate all of the love you give this video. And I will see you real soon. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching, and we will see you real soon.